All right. Hello to all you amazing women out there. I'm Nairy, your host, and welcome to our podcast. The Avanti Woman is a platform designed and dedicated to empower, connect, and build women to move forward and thrive in healthcare, finance, entrepreneurship, and philanthropy. I love our topic today and the conversation that we'll be having. It's actually women in Medicare, purpose, and entrepreneurship. Jane, I'm so excited to have you on. So, Jane is a good friend of mine. She's our lovely guest. She is an amazing woman, a mother, a friend, a daughter, and a colleague. She's a proud self made woman of color, an entrepreneur, and a business owner of Jane Reese Wilkins and Associates. Hello, Jane. Welcome on board. How are
Hi,
you?
Nari. Thank you so much for having me.
It's so good to have you here. I mean, we talk
Thank
all the
you.
time, and I really can't wait to have this conversation with you.
Oh, I feel honored.
Look at me, I'm just smiling because it's so good to always see you. So,
Yes.
Jane, you and I talk all the time, and I know your story, and I've heard your story, and I'm truly in awe of the inspiring, strong, and purpose-driven woman that you are. You never give up. You have this, I don't know, this thing in you, this
Awesome.
secret ingredient. You keep pressing forward. You keep pushing forth no matter what happens. I mean, honestly, you inspire me.
If not,
And
you're going to make me
so
cry.
you do, you do. We're having a very real conversation. So please tell us a little bit about yourself and what was the reason that you followed the life path of an entrepreneur? Let's hear it from you.
So, my name is Jane Reese Wilkins, and I live in Pasadena. I have a daughter, Michael. She's in college, and I am a Medicare consultant. And when you ask me about entrepreneurship, I have to give the credit to my mom because she is a strong woman, my role model, and she is an entrepreneur. And I watched it all my life. And when I grew up, she had a business. I have two sisters, and we worked in her business.
Mhm.
And it's just in my blood. I never even considered going to get a job.
Wow.
So that is where I get my entrepreneurship blood from.
So from a strong mother, strong
Yes,
women.
a
I've
very
never
strong
met your
mother.
mom, but
Yeah.
I swear I've heard so much about her from you, and I love that woman without even knowing who she is. I mean,
Nari, she just started another business and she's 83 years old.
oh
So
my
she's
gosh.
still
Wow.
going.
Wow, I get chills. Seriously,
Yeah.
that what a woman. Hats off.
Aw. Yeah.
Um, Now, Jane, I know you have made a very successful career out of servicing Medicare beneficiaries. That
Mm-hmm.
is what you do.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And you service them with their health plan needs. You guide them through the convoluted and complicated healthcare system. I mean, you truly are in a noble career. I truly believe that.
Thank
Um, but before we go, deep into why you chose this field, let's be mindful of those people who don't really know much about it. So I have two questions for you.
you.
Number one, just explain to us what is Medicare? And then two, what is it that you really do? What does Jane Reese Wilkins and Associates offer?
Okay. Medicare is a health program for people that are 65 and older, uh, and for younger people who have disabilities.
So it's
And
it's a program through what type of program
the
is it?
federal government,
I see.
the
Very
federal
good.
government. So once you've worked and paid into Social Security for a minimum of 10 years, you qualify to get your Medicare.
Awesome.
Unless you are under 65 and you are disabled and you've been disabled for a minimum of 24 months, they will put you on Medicare. So I have clients as young as 25 years old, 26 years old that are permanently disabled.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Mhm.
Medicare is a federal health program for people over 65 and under 65 with disabilities. Great.
Exactly.
So,
Mhm.
yeah, what is it that you really do with these
So
beneficiaries?
what we do at Jane Reese Wilkins and Associates, when people turn 65, they call us and we give them their options. Okay, we give them their options and we do fact finding. We find out what their needs are, what's important to them, and then we recommend plans. So we give them information so they can make an educated decision. That's what we do.
Wow. So it's basically, you're doing a lot of teaching and educating and
Yes.
guiding.
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
just
Definitely.
that is just so beautiful. I think, I really think from what I've seen out there, knowledge
Mhm.
is what people are hungry for, and knowledge that comes from the correct source with integrity. And I've seen your work. I mean, you are nothing but a woman of integrity.
Oh, thank you, Nari. And we do break down the four parts of Medicare when we meet with them because a lot of them just have no idea about Medicare. So
Yeah,
we make sure that they understand it and they really appreciate that.
that's great. Um, so my next question, Jane, is can you describe the need, the need out there for your services? So if I know you service everyone, but if
Right.
you were to kind of break it down, the prevalence of women versus men with the needs for, getting Medicare services, what would you be that what would you say that number is?
I would say that 57% of Medicare beneficiaries are women.
And
I would say that I think there's what 22 million women that are on Medicare in this country.
wow.
Are definitely.
So
And
definitely the prevalence for women is much higher than men.
yes,
Okay.
yes, yes. Most senior facilities I go into, I see so many more women. And I think one of the big things is I think that women outlive men.
Well,
You
yeah,
know, I think
I actually read an article on that. It's funny how you
yeah.
mentioned that. So,
Hmm.
Kaiser Family Foundation stated that uh, by the time women are 85 years old, they're actually three-quarters of the beneficiaries of Medicare.
Yes,
And that is
yes,
because they outlive men. I think statistically, they said at least by 7 years.
yes.
That's a lot of years.
You know what? We tend to go to the doctor more,
Hmm.
and we do a lot of preventive services. I think, and I think sometimes men, I think a lot of men don't really like going to the doctor that much, and then when they go, then it's at another level.
That's true.
So
And
yeah,
there's also some research that has shown that women actually are the drivers, taking their husbands, making sure their husbands go see the doctor, making sure
right,
their husbands are insured. So yeah, I think overall, whether, they're the beneficiary or not, definitely we are the drivers,
right.
right? In
And
making
I
those
and I
decisions.
I did want to touch on when you asked me what the need of our services for our services.
Hmm.
Okay. And one of the things that I find is that when people call me when they're getting ready to turn 65, there's some savvy seniors out there. There are some savvy seniors, but the majority of people, Nari, that call me, they are so confused.
Yeah.
And they're getting all kind of material in the mail. They're looking on TV, they're being bombarded with commercials. And they're hearing, oh, there's 18 plans out there, and they're so confused. So when they come to me, they're just like, okay, we just need you to break this down. I really don't understand it. So it gives me a sense of purpose because it's a lot of hand holding.
Mm.
It's a lot of hand holding. And when you come to a service, for Jane, like Jane Reese Wilkins and Associates, we navigate with you through your Medicare years, and you can hold us accountable. You can hold us accountable. When you call up and you enroll in a plan over the phone, sometimes you're not going to get the same person. Most of the time, you're not going to get the same person.
Hmm.
And you can always find me. So I had a client that called and enrolled over the phone. Then they found out later that they could not find the enrollment.
Hmm.
They could not find the enrollment. And so this poor man was out of insurance and he had to wait until open enrollment the whole year. But with me, if they come with our company, oh, they're gonna find me and they can hold me responsible
So you're
for that.
basically their family. You stay in
Right.
their life, you hold their hand.
Oh
Uh,
yeah. Oh yeah.
yeah,
Oh
they
yeah.
have you. You're like their encyclopedia, right?
Yeah.
Talking
Right.
encyclopedia,
Oh
guiding
yeah.
them, showing them the way.
And you just really feel like like you're helping them because
Yeah.
they really just they're a lot of them just really don't know.
And
Hmm.
and I remember, talking to you sometimes, just in lay conversations. One day I remember I called you and I had a question, and actually you were very emotional, and I asked you what's going on. You had received an amazing card from one of your clients that
Yeah.
you just broke down and cried, and it was, tears of joy that
Right.
kind of reinforced the fact that you are on the right path, really touching lives.
Right.
I
Yes.
remember that.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. That's fabulous, Jane. So, I wanted to share this. I actually was doing some reading last week and I came across a very interesting statistics. It was an article written in 2019 in Forbes, and I'm going to read those numbers. Let's see. So, Forbes, they actually showed that the number of women owned businesses increased nearly 3,000% since 1972. 3,000%. That's like a
Wow.
huge number. And not only that, but between 2017 and 2018, women started an average of 1,821 new businesses per day in the United States. This is just in the last few years. I mean, those numbers are really significant. So um, now, with women now making up a whooping 40% of new entrepreneurs, it's clear that more women are turning to entrepreneurship than ever before. So the authors, were fascinated by these numbers and they asked, why is it that women are starting their businesses? Why is this number increasing? So they did their research and their surveys, and they detailed out a few reasons, which I want to go over very
Okay.
quickly
Okay.
because I want to focus on one of them, which actually sat very deeply in my heart because it moves me. So they showed that women are favoring entrepreneurship over climbing the corporate ladder for the following reasons. The first was to have more flexibility. We are mothers, we are nurturers, we are caregivers. So if you have your own company, your own gig, then you're more prone to have more control over your day. If you have to take your mom to the doctor, your daughter, and so forth. The next was to charge what they are worth. And, it said that unfortunately, the gender pay gap has remained relatively stable over the past 15 years or so. So we are still getting paid much less than what men are getting paid. So when you are having your own company, your own gig, you basically, you're setting up your own prices and holding yourself and your value on much higher levels. The third was to have more control over their future. And this is interesting because, I've worked for Fortune 500 corporate companies in my past life. And when you're working for the corporate world, you think that, you have stability. But the article states that's totally a myth, especially recently. You have mergers, acquisitions, you have companies going out of business. So at any point, they can call you and they can tell you you're eliminated. So that way, when you're in the driver's seat, you have more control over your future and, how you want to work and where you want to be headed. The fourth was to advance more quickly. So this was very interesting because, more women are starting businesses to escape the glass ceiling. We have vision. We have it. And
Right,
so why not? Why be placed in a box? So that was
right,
the fourth reason. And finally, the fifth, which, like I said, it really sat very strongly in my heart because this is what drives me, is to follow their passion and purpose. Now, many women are leaving corporate life because their jobs just aren't inspiring them anymore. And I can personally say you know, if I'm in a situation where I have no inspiration, where I don't have a why and I don't have a purpose, it's hard, to sustain being excited to get up and work and do the same thing every day. So, starting a business allows you to find meaning and gives you the ability to leave behind a legacy that you can be proud of. And the article also said that to be truly successful, you need to find work that you're passionate about. And there's a wonderful book. It's called, and I highly recommend this, it's called
okay.
Heart, Smarts, Guts, and Luck. The authors and their research found that without heart, few businesses become truly successful. And in fact, they said that pure brain based IQ is probably the least essential quality for business success. And I truly believe in this. So I want to focus on this fifth reason, Jane, because, which is passion and purpose, because, that's how we rock.
Right.
And from our conversations, Jane, with you, which are many, um, I know that no one is able to joyfully get up every morning, day after day, and give it her all, hustling and working diligently just for money. I mean, it's not enough, you know? There has to be something much bigger and grander that pushes us to be relentless and press forward. And that something is passion and purpose. And I know, Jane, that your company and services that you offer are definitely purpose driven, which is why you have this, burning fire in you. Please tell us number one, what ignites this fire in you? And then what is it that gives your work meaning and purpose? Your work in Medicare, what is it that gives you meaning to keep on doing it? What's your why?
So I'll say this. So the need to be financially secure is definitely one that keeps me going, that gets me out of the bed. I have a child. I have a child in college. I have a mortgage. I'm funding a retirement, and I have responsibilities. But at the same time, I love my business. It's my business. I'm not getting out of the bed to work for anybody. I'm getting out of the bed to work for Janie. and that is so exciting because it's so exciting to watch my business grow.
Mhm.
And I want to be at the top of my game. I'm just not here just, I want to be at the top of my game. I want to fulfill my full potentiality. I do in this business. And even if someone came along and said, here's $5 million, you don't have to really work. It's like, no, I still want to see how far I can go. I'm competitive. I want to see my business get to a certain point. Um, I think the purpose in this business, what gives me, what gives it meaning and purpose. Sometimes I will go on an appointment, and I think I'm going to be there maybe 30 minutes, 40 minutes, and I will end up staying and talking to that client for 2.5 hours.
Wow.
And so sometimes with the seniors, you're all they're going to see that day. There's some of them, they don't have family. They don't have kids that are stopping by. A lot of them, their friends have moved on, and they're alone. And when you go by there, they want to talk to you, and you're gonna, and when I leave there, sometimes I feel like, wow, like I really feel like, okay, I really helped them. Like I really gave something to someone that day. I feel a sense of purpose. But at the same time, you know what, Nari? A lot of times they help me. A lot of
Hmm.
times they help me because they're older, they're wiser. And so I feel like I'm getting something out of that too. So so that's the thing, is that they, there's more baby boomers in this country than anybody right now.
Tell me
And
about that. Yeah, I've heard about the whole silver tsunami, they
right,
call
right.
it.
Well, I mean, in my business, it's like, the demand is there.
Hmm.
There's more baby boomers in this country than anybody. So if anybody was thinking about that career, the demand is definitely there.
And it's not, it's like the demand is there and they need a friend. They need someone who has the knowledge, but
Right,
also has
right.
the heart to do the right thing. And another thing you were sharing with me, which is very interesting, and it moves me actually, is you're not selling in this business. The
No.
sale
Mhm.
happens when you
Right,
just help.
right.
And so,
Yeah.
when I know myself, when I wake up every day, I don't think about money. I just ask myself, okay, how many people am I going to help today?
And I don't like the word sell. I never
Me
say
too.
I sell Medicare, I sell insurance. I don't like the word sell. I help people, and they need our help.
And they have
They
to have it. There's no other
Yeah,
way. Yeah.
they need our help. I have people that will call me and say, "Oh, I got a letter and I don't understand it." And sometimes I will drive all the way to Los Angeles just to read a letter. And but they need you, because they really, they don't understand. So you are helping.
Yeah, this is why I seriously earlier said you are in a noble career. It really is a noble career.
Yeah.
So, Jane, for all the women out there from their 20s, and well into their 50s and beyond, who are looking for a purpose-driven career, and they're looking to build their own businesses so they can have more of a control and flexibility over their life, what would you say to them about what you're doing? Would you encourage them to explore this opportunity? Like, what's your message to them?
Definitely. I First of all, I'm an entrepreneur, and I really think that I'm living the American dream, because this is the American dream. When you can wake up in the morning, go work out, meet your friend for breakfast, set your first client at 11 o'clock. You don't have to ask to take a vacation. You are doing what you want to do, and you're making money. And just like I said, the demand is there. There's more baby boomers than there are anybody in this country right now. So
Actually, it is, the numbers say, the statistics, that every single day, 10,000 people of baby boomers are
yeah,
turning 65 in the United States. So,
exactly.
and the last of them will turn 65 in the year 2030. So we have
Right.
of
Yes.
9 years of
Yes.
having
Yes.
boomers turning 65 daily. That's a lot of boomers.
Exactly. And Nari, and the cool thing about it is, of course, the income. I know we may not want to talk about that, but the hidden secret are the residuals. And I mean, if anybody's looking for a great residual business, this is definitely it.
That's
This
great.
is this is this is
That's
definitely
great.
it.
And
Mhm.
having set up a business where, like I said earlier, your clients are your family, and you
Right.
are as they age, you are actually moving forward with them. So you're never,
Exactly.
enrolling them and leaving, but you are
No,
there with them,
no,
consistently guiding them. If they have questions, they're calling you.
right.
And well worth it for those residuals because you are servicing them. And
Exactly. And that's what I was saying before, that we are literally navigating with them through their Medicare years, because when open enrollment comes, it gives them an opportunity to change their plans.
mhm,
So they call us and we help them with that too, because we have to get certified in all the plans. I'm certified with 13 plans. So I can help my clients compare plans. And if someone calls me and says, hey, I need more transportation. I'm on dialysis now. My daughter can't take me.
mhm.
I need transportation. I'm going to research a plan that's giving you more transportation. Or if you tell me I need a plan that gives me more dental, well, I know a plan that gives unlimited dental.
That's
So
great,
there.
Jane. Actually, you brought up an idea in me.
Okay.
You touched base on open enrollment or whatnot. Would you be interested to have another session down the line and maybe talk about more specifics, like more educational on Medicare?
Of course.
That's fabulous. So thank you, Janie, for coming on board. It was so good to talk to you. What an inspiring, amazing woman you are. And
Thank you.
all you ladies out there, if you have any questions about Medicare, if you have parents, grandparents, and aunt and uncle that rely on you for support, for help, and you need a guiding hand to help you navigate the complicated system, please reach out to Jane at Jane Reese Wilkins and Associates. So her information is on the screen. And for those who are just listening, her phone number is 626-372-9097, or you can email her at info@jrwinsurance.net.
Actually, you
And
know what? Oh, yeah, that is net. Go on. I'm sorry. Go
yeah,
on.
is that
Okay.
correct, Jane?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, awesome, awesome.
Yeah.
And so if this inspires you and you are exploring and trying to find a purpose driven entrepreneurial venture, then contact us. Actually, reach out to us at theavantiwoman.com and send us a message. And also, you can reach out to us on our social media platforms, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram at the Avanti Woman. It was so good to talk to you, Jane. I can't wait to have you on again. What a valuable, valuable information you gave us today. And thank you. And
Thank you,
everyone, thanks for
Nari.
listening.
Thanks for having me. I
Awesome.
appreciate it. I'm honored. Thank you.